Hello, 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 everyone. It has been okay. I'm not gonna stay long, everyone. I posted on the community chat that I was going to come live. I did leave a little video for you guys, and I said to you guys, don't quote me on it because I was not sure if I was going to be here, if I was going to be live. As you know, I've been taking a lot of time off. Oh, YouTube is just now notifying people that I am going live, but that's fine because some of you are usually catching the replay. So I'll greet you as I wait for the room to, come up. I am feeling good. Okay. My allergies literally just kicked in about like a second ago. Um, Okay, so tonight is just going to be a very short live. It's not going to be a long one. I do not plan to be live for a long time. I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that you guys may have. It can be really general questions. They don't really need to be like they can be questions pertinent to the event. They can be any questions that you guys may have for me. I'm going to see now. This is probably about, I say 30% true. I am going to see if I can come back live probably like on Thursday, but I'm not so sure. Between you and I am really thinking that this may be the last live that I have before 2022, just because I'm looking at my schedule. Really, I don't, this week is definitely preparation for the event that I have coming up next Saturday. So all my focus is on that. All my attention is on it. As you guys can see, I did say that I was a little bit nervous because the reality is like this information that I'm going to share with people. This is not an information that is really in any books. It's not an information that I literally research. These are all things that are from my intuition. These are all things that are from, like the depth of my, like what I'm seeing, what I'm sensing. And the reality is that right before I decided to come live, I had already shared in the community room that I was going to come live. And it was probably about 5 p.m. or so. I was just getting ready to actually eat my dinner and to shower. And I had a conversation with my nail tech on Tuesday, and we talked briefly about something, right? My nail tech and I. And right before I came here, I logged into Instagram and I saw a post, right? Just a random post regarding quote unquote the situation here in Haiti, regarding the fact that people were saying that, there are not really going to be any festivities here in the country, and that the majority of the festivities are going to be held next door. And as I saw this post, the conversation that I had with my nail tech came back in the forefront of my mind. And I started to put some puzzles together, you know? I started to put some puzzles together. I have been really in my own zone, to tell you the truth. I have been out of this world. I have not even really been here. Like, I have been really out of this world. There is a particular puzzle that I'm trying to put together. I'll keep this for myself. I'm trying to put a puzzle together, and I feel that I am probably going to complete my puzzle in a few days. It's very important for me to stay connected to myself as much as possible, in order to do the work that I'm doing, which is I'm realizing that it's more, it's just, whew. Hey, Art Bernaka, how you doing, my dear? How are you? I was just greeting the people. Thank you for liking the live. Hi, hi. I was just greeting and saying that, I want tonight to be all about you guys. Any questions that you guys may have? I haven't been here for a little while. I've been doing I've been just working really. Looking great, Daisy. Hi, Lorda. How are you doing, my love? How are you guys doing tonight? Happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays to all of you. How are you guys doing? Be safe. I just recently heard that there's like tornadoes in the United States, so I'm hoping that everyone is doing okay, that everyone is safe. For tonight is going to be a live Q&A. Any questions that you guys may have? I'm good. How are things in Haiti? I do not know really how are things in Haiti. Hi T2, how are you doing, my dear? I'm guessing that things are in, I was just saying before I came, before you guys jumped, I was just saying that I've been really in my zone. Yes, I am still in Haiti. I am still in Haiti. Yes. I was saying to you, well, I was warming up the video before you guys came and I was saying how um right, I had a conversation with my nail tech on Tuesday, right? My nail tech has come. Now, I have been out of this world for about, Art Renaka is so lovely. He's so polite. He's greeting everyone. I love that. I love that. So I was saying how, like, my nail tech came to do my nails on Tuesday, right? And she was having a conversation with me. And she mentioned something in the conversation because between you and I have been in my own world. I have not been like, I wouldn't be able to answer any questions pertaining to Haiti because I've been focused and it's sort of like really I've been in a totally different world because of this event that I'm planning to do. And you guys know that when I work a lot with my intuition in order to see, how things are going to play out. So here comes my nail tech, and my nail tech comes on Tuesday, and she is I'm having a conversation with her. I'm asking her about, the streets because she goes out every day, and I'm asking her about the festivities here, and she's like, she says something to me, and she says it to me, and I said, oh really? I said to her, maybe you heard wrong. I don't think. She said, yeah. She said, baby, I'm telling you what I'm saying is the truth. Blah, 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 blah. One plus one, one plus one. And then today, I had already posted in the community section that I was going to come live, but I was really taking it easy because, I don't really like to come on live when I'm just doing my own thing, especially when I'm meditating, when I'm in my depth. I don't really like to come out. And right before I came, I logged into my Instagram account. And when I logged into my Instagram account, I saw this page that I follow, and it's a event page for people here in Haiti. This is a company, they do event, and usually around December, so they do a lot of events. And they said that they are not, due to the crucial state of the country, that they will not, that they want to apologize, that they are not going to have anything here in Haiti. And they said that they are actually going to do all of their festivities in the Dominican Republic. Now, the conversation that my nail tech had with me on Tuesday, she said to me, I was asking her again about the street, and she says to me that nothing is happening in Haiti. She says, didn't you hear it? I said, what? She says, there's really no festivities in Haiti. All the big, because here in Haiti we have what we call bal, which is big lavish parties. This is where, the guys, they go in their tuxedos, and there's different venues to tell you about, the prestige of the bal. So some of the bal that some of the prestige places that we had here, they are up in the mountain. And this is when, there's like the December 23rd, December 24th, December 30th, December 31st, January 1st, January 2nd. And usually it's kind of like, this is where you know who is really with who, because you come out your best. So we call them bal here. And they have it all around, like it's popular for us culturally speaking. So my nail tech was actually telling me that all of the bal are going to happen in the DR. And I kind of like looked at her like, how possible is that? Because this is Haiti thing. Like here and there, these people go to these groups. They'll go not even a lot, like to the Dominican Republic. They usually go where there's like a majority of the Haitian people. So they'll go a lot in the United States, especially in states in the East Coast, because you guys know that there's a lot of Haitians there, and they play like crazy here in Haiti. They even go to the province, right? So it's usually like the December is usually the eat time. I always tell you guys this. So when my nail tech had shared that with me, I kind of like looked at her like, "Are you sure about the information that you're giving me?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that." And then I saw the post today, a page, and they were saying that due to the situation here in Haiti, that they are sorry to tell their public that they are canceling all of the events that they have here, and that they are going to have these events, their festivities in the Dominican Republic. So I almost didn't make it online because it just started the conversation that I have with my nail tech started to come back to me. And there's a particular puzzle that I'm working on. It's something that I'm working on, and I'm trying to put the puzzle together. And I feel like I'm almost there. Like I'm trying to. I feel like I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there yet. And when I saw the post on Instagram and the conversation came back, and I just sat there, and certain things started to make sense to me. And I didn't want to lose my train of thoughts, because that's how I get my information, where I can sit still and I can, map things out. And I almost didn't make it online because I was like, I don't think I want to come live. Let me just fall back and just stay to myself. But then I know that I haven't been here for such a long time, and I'm not so sure if I'll come back. So I said, well, let's just make the effort and come here with you guys. So that was my train of thoughts right before I came. And then literally a second, I just I pressed go live and my allergies kicked in. So let's see what you guys are saying. C2 said, do you want to leave Haiti? If so, where would you leave? No, I don't. Why do you guys always come back with this question? I'm not leaving Haiti. I don't want to leave Haiti. I'm not. I'm getting ready. T2, I'm doing an event. I'm not living in Haiti. I have absolutely no desire to leave Haiti. This is the time things are getting real, and it's the time for me to step foot and come out and do what I'm supposed to be doing. So no, I am not planning to leave Haiti. Of course, you guys know that by heart, I am a nomad. So I am nomadic by nature. So when my time is up and the work that I want to do has taken off, and I've done my part and my due diligence to get this country off the ground, I will definitely be traveling the world. I don't believe that I will settle anywhere. I believe that I will own a boat and probably travel. That's what I will do. So, guys, this is your night. You guys have not seen me in a long time. Do come and ask questions. I am open to answering your questions. I will not be online for a very, very long time. But I wanted to greet you guys. I haven't seen you guys in just such a long time, maybe about 2 months. I think the last time we came live was probably the end of September, if not the beginning of October. Definitely, I know that November I took it off. November was very, very good. It was very powerful. These are the times when, I like to pull back a little so that I can get my work done and get my strength back. For 2022, it's just the world has shifted. It's not a joke, and for those of us who are at the forefront, we have to work. And I just been doing just that. I have been behind the scenes getting shit done. Okay, let's just leave it at that. I've been getting a lot of things done, preparing myself for 2022, looking at the cards that I have at hand, the leverage that I have, how I'm going to be moving, how I'm going to be getting there. And I'm also, you know, I think that I'm also realizing that this is not going to be the easiest work that I am going to be doing. Um, I had to sit with myself with that. I had to sit with myself with that because as I put out that I wanted to do this event and I started to work on the information that I wanted to provide, you know, I realized that this is this is this is heavy work, girl. This is heavy work that you're about to be doing. Titu said, "How are you dealing with electricity, gas, and insecurity?" With electricity, we have solar panels. I think the hardest month were probably between the summer months all the way till October. I think we all the way till November. My neighborhood went a good 2 months with no absolutely no electricity. I don't know why they never gave the electricity. So it was a very nerve wracking because you guys know I was still conducting my coaching and mentorship. I had clients, so I just had to really just stay put. Usually, what happened is we have to disconnect everything at night. So we have to disconnect the freezer, the fridge. We have to literally have very little electricity and the solar panel gave us. But around October it was raining a lot, so because it was raining, it was less sun. So the sun, because it was less sun, so the electricity, the inverter went down a couple of times in the night. And but usually it will be picked back up the next day around like 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, the earliest. The latest would be 11:30. That's if there's no sunshine. So it was very, very nerve wracking around that time. But, we made it work. And as far as the gas, I don't really go out. You guys know that. It didn't really affect me. I didn't really need to drive anywhere. You guys know that I've definitely rearranged my life to make it as comfortable as possible so that I don't have to deal with these hassles. I work from home, thank God. And when I do my errands, I just kind of like cut it off. So I didn't really feel the no gas. And you said, hold on, the insecurity. It doesn't, I don't want to say that it doesn't affect me, but I really live the life of a nomad. Like, I just really, I pay a lot of attention to my surroundings. Listen, I have a very particular life, so the insecurity is not really affecting me directly. Okay, you said this government is basically non-existent. I wouldn't be able to tell you at this present time. I said this before in some of my older video. I think I've shared this with you, and I have been resharing some of my videos so that you guys, if you guys are new, that you guys can catch up. But I think I said it in the video Haiti 2020, like when I was doing like trying to map out Haiti 2020. I said to you guys that the majority of these guys are not going to be here. So I wouldn't be able to tell you what is going on with the Haitian government at this particular time, who is doing what they got going on, because today is December 11th, 2021. I guarantee you that these guys are not going to be in power come February. This is a big shift that we are having. Technically, Haiti should be entering election in February 2022. I'm just letting you guys know that. I know that a lot of you are in the diaspora and you guys watch the news anchors, and I'm not so sure what you guys are seeing, what you guys are not seeing, but this is garçon pas campé, as we say in Creole. This is going to be a big shake up for Haiti. It is going to be a heavy shake up between, it already started, but I'm predicting that as we are going into that January, February zone, it's gonna be a killer move right now. So people are just, it's a lot of people are going to die. I'm sorry to say that. I feel bad for the civilians. I do. I really wish that Haiti had on a solid, and by Haiti I mean especially Port-au-Prince, all around. I really wish that school had implemented a solid system of online studies, because I believe that come past the quote unquote festivities, so the new year, the mid January, we're probably gonna have lockdown. They're probably gonna go back with the manifestation. It's just not gonna be easy, and my heart, excuse me guys, my heart just sink every time that I think about children that are going to school, and I know that they are going to be the target. So I really wish that all schools, not only private system, all schools had already implemented. I wish that all school had taken the what happened in 2020 worldwide, which was the pandemic. I wish that all school had taken the opportunity to have a solid online system, because then it's just a hassle of having children going to school. It's madness after madness, and these people are targeting, at this point I feel like that's what they tell them to do. It's just a big, Haiti right now has, and I've never lived that, but I'm understanding the reason behind it. I'm really understanding the reason behind it, and it's a complete destabilization of this country. Ah, excuse me. So, you said members of the government shouldn't be getting paid. They don't do their job. Yes, what's new? They are. Are we calling them members of the government at this present moment? Are we really doing that? I am not. So, anyways, how are you guys doing? What are you guys doing for the festivities? How are you guys like ending your year? November was halfway in November. It must have been November 16, halfway. I just I felt heavy with the event I wanted to pull out. I was almost saying to myself, I'm not going to do it anymore, because I was just I'm still not done with the information that I want to put out. Great evening to you, Princess Pierre Lejeune. Good evening to you. How are you doing? It's so good to see you on the live tonight. How are you guys doing? So yeah, what are you guys doing? How are you guys ending your year and entering this new year? I was reflecting, and I am, I'm finishing the year. I'm good in yourself. I'm good, my love. I am good. I am I am good. I am good, Um, I'm ending 2021 very in a very particular way. I'm ending 2021 like the people that were in my life are no longer in my life, and it's just no bad blood, no argument. It's just people just drop, or over the 2021 all through the end. It's like people just dropped, people that I talk, people that I went out with, as like a friends, just dropped. And really, the assassination of the president of Haiti in July, I realized that it definitely did something to me. It definitely reshaped me, And the other day I was reflecting, I'm like, wow, like I'm entering 2022 in my power if it stays like that, which I'm hoping that it does. And by entering 2022 in my power, I meant that I'm entering it the way that the gods wanted for me to enter, alone, just alone. And I'm understanding that transition, that transition. A lot of time, for those of you who probably love to surround yourself with people around you, understand that there's a certain path that you're going to go through in life, that you're going to have a rite of passage. And during that rite of passage, you got to go through it alone. It's going to be where you find your strength, is going to be where you find your courage, is going to be where you find that endurance inside of you. So don't be afraid if people drop in and out of your life, or I've been through so many times of my life where I had absolutely nobody around me. I'm talking about no friends, no nothing. And I remembered back in the days I was a lot younger, and it used to be so depressing because, of course, we're so used. Hi, Inspector. Hi. Because, of course, we're so used to have so many people around us. But the reality is, hi, how are you doing tonight? Welcome under the live. So what I'm realizing is that when I look back into these times where I didn't have these people anymore in my life, every time that this happened, I was getting elevated into a different level, or I was getting shifted geared in preparation mode. Being in preparation mode, a lot of times it's dependent on your preparation. It's kind of like when you're going to school or when you're taking an exam, right? That preparation, it's usually a long time you study. It was very interesting for me to see how I'm ending 2021. I did not expect to end 2021 in these notes, but I welcomed it, the way that I'm finishing it and the way that I'm, closing it down and entering 2022. I think times that we have right now, and I'm understanding the I guess the path, right? It's not hot, right? It's been very nice. It's very cool. I'm not so sure if it's because I have a few lights on. The windows are open. It's been very cool for us here. It's usually the coolest time in the country, like December, January, beginning of February. And then if you live up in the mountain, it's probably nice and cold, nice, and you should pack up and move to NYC. Oh my God, Inspector, I would absolutely never do this to myself. Why would I do this? Why would I pack myself and go back and live where in New York City? I actually thought about Brooklyn today. I was saying to myself that it's been such a long time since I've been, but I could never live in these places. It's so different. I feel so connected to the land. Like, the only place where I could live would be places. It's just so different. I could never see myself go back and live in the US, especially in the East Coast, or just no. I don't think it's for me at this point. I can visit, you guys here and there, but as far as like going back and nah, I'm good. Excuse me. Any questions, guys? Don't be shy. Come on, ask me any questions that you want, pertaining to anything that you have in mind, really. You said I understand visit will do. Yeah, it's been a little while since I went to NYC. Um, but it's just not my thing anymore. Maybe I could, I mean, maybe to shop, and even then, it's no longer a necessity to go all the way to the United States to shop anymore. Back in the days, I was very, because of, how shopping is in the US, you get a lot more. But I found my way here in Haiti. Not to say that Haiti will be my final destination, absolutely not. But I'm not pressed with the way that, sadly, the country is. It's something that I foresaw. There were times October was very gruesome for me because I did not foresee that there would have this manifestation around my birthday. I was extremely annoyed. Um, I didn't know that they were going on strike, and everything that I had planned to do, which was very private, but I still was going to celebrate privately, and nothing was open. Nothing was open. I couldn't get not even like my hair done. My nails were not done, so I was extremely annoyed. It was rude. I was just like, oh, these are the moments where my fate get tested, and I'm like, I don't think I want to do this. Like, why do I want to do this? But it was so nice of my mom to do, that morning, the morning of my birthday. I think it was open, and she went to the store and got me a little cake and just little stuff here and there. So, but I was still a little bit down because I had plans. There are certain things that I had plans to do for myself, and I couldn't do anything. Everything was closed. Even these are the moments where it's just ridiculous, because it's like, even when you have the money, you can't do anything. It's like everything is shut down. So this is one of the major reasons, like right now, I make sure that I have enough, like enough products, enough, anything that I need. I just really make sure that I have, a stack, and after the new year, after like January 1st, I give it the first week of January. I know that mid to end January, going into February, it's going to be a total madness here in this country. I mean, I feel bad, but hey, what do you want? That's unfortunately, that's the way that things are going to see, and I'm not really focused into what they got going on, because I want to, excuse me, somebody just like message me. Yeah, I'm not focused again. I'm not focused into what these guys got going on. I'm not, because it would deter me. It's just, that's not the right move. I'm focused into, seeing the future, seeing, like, mapping the future out, and putting a couple of pieces into my puzzles together, seeing the future, seeing, you know, the kind of businesses that would be, um, um, extremely important. Um, the kind of businesses that would be important to Haiti. Also, the whys, very important. The whys, like, why did this happen? You know, why did it took place? The assassination of the president is still very heavy, very, very heavy on my mind. So many things are also heavy on my mind, because you understand that for a president to be assassinated and no country come into your aid, that clearly states the isolation of, Haiti and the world. So I'm also thinking about, sometimes my sister came 2 days ago and she was telling me about the gangs, about what's going on here, because I told you I'm not tap in. And I know that there's another hand that is fueling these guys that are giving them the money to be on the streets. There are heavy hands behind the gangs here in this country, because literally in Haiti right now you can't go from point A to point B. It's gangs after gangs. And even when you would think about it and say to yourself, well, it's not the way people are. It's just, things are not as they seems. Nothing is as they seem. What you think you see, it's not what you're seeing. Okay, things are just what if you watch me, if you watch my channel, if you feel in your mind, in your heart, that a lot of the things I say runs with the truth, I would say don't watch the news at this present moment, especially if you tune in to, it doesn't even have to be Haiti. Try not to watch these news, right? Hi, dear. How are you doing? Try not to watch the news, because these people are feeding you the nonsense. Is just unbelievable. The nonsense is unbelievable. So with the gangs and with everything, it's not what you're seeing. These guys are, there's a hand behind it. There's major hands behind it. It's government. It's structured. It's not what you think. At this point, I feel like there are, I can't share my thoughts here. This is why I'm doing this event on the 18th, which is next Saturday, and I think we're touching on commerce, we're touching on e-commerce, we're touching on infrastructure. We no, do I have infrastructure? It's not on the agenda, but I think I'll touch on infrastructure, commerce, e-commerce, foreign policy. Um, but then there's another event that I'm doing again, and that one is gonna be a killer event as well. It's still navigating Haiti, but I'm going in the depth. I don't want you guys to feel a particular way if I'm not here. Like, YouTube is no longer a place where you can freely express what you want to express. And at this present moment, I don't want my information just to be out and about. I feel like I'm too close to the truth with what I'm sensing, with what I'm seeing, and the ways that I want people to move. So I feel like doing this event is really important, because it just targets people that are truly invested and truly interested into Haiti, right? So not to say that, there's so many videos here that I have already. These videos are extremely important. I mean, you guys can always tap. And yes, I'm gonna come back, here and there. I'll make videos, but you have to understand that I could not see myself falling back and not putting information out that I judge that are extremely important to the public. But it's just too much of a tense time. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's paying attention to what you're saying. You don't know, and who's listening and hearing you. So at the present moment, there's just like certain things that I'm seeing, that I'm sensing, that I'm moving, and I just feel like I kind of want to keep my circle as tight as possible. So we'll do this first event, and then I have something else coming up in 2022, and then after that, what I have coming up, I'm going to do I may just do a small group, and this is where I'll share some deep information about just a lot of stuff going on here, like illicit activities. And by illicit activities, I mean things that you guys would probably never imagine, you know. Anyways, it's so funny. Like, I would have, first of all, today makes it 3 years since I've been back in Haiti. I came back to Haiti with a specific goal in mind. I knew that I was going to be needed. That's one thing that I knew. I knew when I came back to Haiti, there's a lot of things that I was privy that I saw. I knew that China was behind the scenes here in Haiti. I know that there were major moves that were being done in the background, but I didn't see everything. Like a lot of times I can see the big picture, but I can't see the intricacies. I can see certain things. I didn't see the assassination of this president. And I knew that things were going to be chaotic, but it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to be here and to leave it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to say that, okay, things are going to be chaotic, but it's another thing to actually leave it and see it unfold the way that it's unfolding. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that's what it's heavy. It's heavy. My eyes is on it's on something else right now. I don't know if I really want to share, but yeah. Any questions, guys? This is a Q&A. You guys are letting me talk. I'm not going to be here for a long time. I'm just here to answer any questions that you guys may have. So if you guys have any questions, please do ask your questions. I really just wanted to come here and greet you and say hello to you. I am doing very, very well. I am working behind the scenes. I am taking notes. I am planning ahead. I have already partly work on my 2022 agenda, my calendar, how I was going to move in, the things that I wanted to do, the cards that I have in mind, just things of the sort. So it's not really festivities for me. You said, Mufasa, please. Okay. You said we are curious about what you don't want to talk about. Why did you say we? You should say you. You should not say we. I don't believe that the other people are curious about that. What is it that I don't want to talk about? You are curious. No, nah, it's all seven. Well, I don't believe that this is the platform to share it. This is an online platform. People have access to these things all the time. I'm just, certain things that's on my mind. Certain things that has been on my mind. And you guys know that I love to see things for what they are. So I'm just trying to put a puzzle together. I'm just really interesting to put a puzzle together, and I feel like I'm near, putting once I can put that particular puzzle together, I will be better positioned to support people and direct people here in the country. Pierre Ledieu, who do you think is going to be the next president of the country? They pushing Mrs. Moise real hard. Let's wait and see. I don't know. I'm really not tapped into what they had going on. I didn't even know. Mrs. Moise, are you talking about Jovenel's wife? They're pushing her to be the president. For some odd reason, when you said Mrs. Moise, I thought about what was her name? Nancy, the other lady who was under the Lavalas thing. So when you say Mrs. Moise, are you talking about Martin Moise? Are you yes? Ha. Interesting. Hi, Jeep Life. How are you doing? Good evening to you. Oh yeah, they're pushing her. We'll see. It's a lot of twists and turns. So I'm very we'll see. I don't know. I don't think she's gonna be the president of Haiti. I don't think so. We'll see. I'm really curious to see. I don't even know. I don't even know that they were going for. This is madness. This is madness. These people are crazy in this country. It's like a bad movie. These people are ridiculous in this country. They are just ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's like I don't even know what to say at this point. A lot of twists and turns for 2022. Any questions? Any more questions? Pierre Ledoux, I don't know if I answered your questions. I know that it wasn't the best answer because I told you guys that I'm really not tapped into what these guys got going on here in Haiti. Just, I'm not typing. It's just they're stupid at this point. It's just ridiculous. These guys are stupid. It's just very stupid. It's like, have you ever watched a bad movie? Have you guys ever watched like a dumb movie, like just a bad movie? It's like the actors suck, the plot, there's no plot twist. Just have you ever watched a movie and have you ever gone to the theater to watch a movie and you just walk out because you're like, oh my god, you paid your money, but you just it's like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Yes, I do. And I think they put Rihanna as something. Not a chance. It was about time, Barbados. It was about time, Barbados. It was about time. Yes, I did. It's all over the place. On LinkedIn, I follow so many of other Caribbean people. So yeah, they posted it, and I think Rihanna has a title as well. It's very interesting that Rihanna is taking the forefront and and the politics of her country. I wonder if she's just a figure as far as like someone that they are using for because of her popularity and what she has going on, or if that's her, or if that's her really going out and putting herself in these positions. Because remember what I told you guys a lot about titles. A lot of times titles does not necessarily mean that you're gonna get the job done. I was watching an interview, and Pamela Harris, the vice president of the United States, is getting a lot of critics right now. They're saying that she's not really doing what she's supposed to be doing. But I mean, I told you guys that a lot of times these are titles. These are titles that you get held. As someone who's always done work in the ground, I would hate to have. I've had titles in the past, and a lot of times titles are just that. They're just titles. They're not necessarily. A lot of times, listen. Let me tell you something else. A lot of time, people also give you titles because they want to grab you by the balls. If you want me to be pretty honest with you, a lot of time people give you titles, telling you, oh, you this, you that, but then when you actually accept these positions, you are realizing how much it's becoming more difficult for you to actually accomplish things. A lot of times it's easier to just be on your own, to have your own lane, to not really mix and meddle with them, to not be in their lane, to not accept any title that they have going on, because then you accomplish a lot more. You know what I mean? So I can see where people are criticizing Pamela Harris for not doing anything, but maybe she can't. Maybe Biden needed her in his ticket to be that so that he could win the presidency. She became one of the first presidents. She's a woman, she's a black woman, so of course, but I mean, is that surprising? Is that even surprising? So I'm just, sometimes I'm curious. I don't really focus so much on that, but sometimes I'm a little curious to ask myself if it's really truly Rihanna on her own who really wants to put herself in the forefront of Barbados, or if they're just using her since she has such popularity in the United States. She's a public figure. She's a well-known worldwide. And maybe Barbados need her for a little bit of leverage. So I'm kind of like wondering, about that sometimes, not all the times. Any questions? Before we end the live, I actually really want to thank you guys. A lot of times I go back and I watch the lives that I make. You guys really kept me company a lot, especially in the summertime. You guys kept me motivated. You guys joined me in. You guys definitely You guys showed up. A lot of times I go back to watch the lives, and it's like the lighting is so bad, the lighting is poor, but you guys, sometimes it's raining, I'm sweating, but you guys always show up. It shows a lot of love, a lot of dedication, a lot of appreciation. And one thing that I've been trying to do is I've been trying to figure out how I can continue to do this work, like to put out pertinent, like I don't only want to do the events, which is very important for me to do at this point, but I also want to continue to put videos out that you guys will be very interested in, videos that are going to be very crucial for everyone. So I've been trying to brainstorm also about YouTube, because the guidelines have changed. They sent out the content creators new guidelines for January and the end of November already, with their new regulation, with what they want for people to say, with the changes that are going to be making. So YouTube is really not a free platform, and I wish that I had joined way before. I joined YouTube in 2009, but I actually started to make videos on YouTube in 2014. So that's like 6 years after. And I wish that I had joined YouTube way before, because that's when it was probably a like creative platform where people could just come in. But YouTube is really a structured platform where you can legit make a living. It's not, if you guys are not really content creators, you guys are not going to understand. But when you are a content creator, like when you use YouTube as a platform, you receive your taxes, you receive everything from YouTube. And right now they have become very, very strict in terms of like how and the type of videos that they want people to see. And it has totally changed. And I was just telling this other YouTuber that maybe you guys know, the frustrated Haitian who has not been on YouTube for the longest of time. She was telling me, come to TikTok. She was like, you should come to TikTok. Your following is going to be greater. You're going to be able to express more. And I said to her, I'm not really into, like, I joined YouTube because I really wanted to talk about Haiti. When I joined YouTube, I was just really wanted to put information out, because when I came to Haiti, this information were not privy to me. I didn't have someone to hold my hand, and I didn't have someone to help me. So, I started to make videos, pertaining to how I was living in Haiti, pertaining to topics that, I didn't have access to, right? So YouTube has never been for me to, grow a channel and to become very popular. It has always been for me to put videos out, inform people. And from that, of course, I ended up growing my youth agency, which the youth agency I had prior to me joining YouTube. I started the youth agency in 2011. I joined YouTube in 2014. So I'm not into at this point, because I feel like all of these platforms are very regulated, right? They are very regulated as far as like videos that you can put out, especially for people like myself, people who are really into putting content that, or for people to see and people to know. So imagine if I really put out killer videos, like videos that I really want to talk about. I really want to talk about a lot that I'm not saying, and I feel like it's in my throat. That's how I'm saying that. Like, as someone who loves to express herself, right? It's just, it doesn't do it for me. Like, I don't see myself with everything that I know and I see and I sense, like the fucking videos that I would make out with. YouTube would shut me down in a second of me uploading these videos, right? And I don't want to have, people tell me what to say. This is why we join YouTube. This is why I join YouTube, right? Freedom of expression. I don't join YouTube to be politically correct and to be careful with the way that I'm saying things. No, I joined YouTube to put information out and to talk about things that people are supposed to know. So if I had to put videos for you in 2022, there would have to be these type of videos. But I'm telling you, they have already sent. I'm not the only person who received it, because they sent these things out, and they sent out their guidelines for 2022, the type of videos, and I'm like, the hell with it. It's not like I'm getting paid for YouTube. Here and there, I get a check from them, but that's not money that I'm getting from YouTube. So YouTube for me, it's a lot of connection. I do definitely get a lot of clients from YouTube, from both my consultation and for sometimes the programs that I have put out. So I use it for what it is, just to really put myself out. But as far as like, continuing and putting videos out, it's just, I don't see how I'm going to maneuver around it, because they are restricting people like myself. They are restricting the way that you deliver the videos, the type of videos that you're putting out. It's like one thing after another. They're like, so now they're super conscious about, people. Oh, I don't know if there's another platform that you guys know that I can, but I was thinking about doing the videos and putting them online, and like I'm just brainstorming. I'm really brainstorming as far as like, what I can do to continue providing some crucial information. I don't know just yet how I'm gonna do that without the censorship, but I'm trying. If you are the president of the country, what are 5 things you would implement in the first 100 day? Excuse me. The president of Haiti? Well, the first thing that you have to understand is that anyone who wants to go into the presidency of Haiti, you need to make sure that you have the connection, allies. The country doesn't have any allies. And I've talked about this in the past. And weren't it for the fact that the country didn't have any allies, what took place in July 2021 would have never taken place, meaning the assassination of a president and you don't have any support from any other country. Haiti has not received any military support from any friendly country. You need that. Russia has a lot of allies, right? The United States, they know that they can't go in certain countries because Russia backs these countries and China backs these countries in. It's an alliance among people, among neighbors, among regions. No, you come to my country and you do this, we are going to retaliate. A lot of smaller countries, they align themselves with bigger countries, and these bigger countries protect them. Haiti doesn't have that. Haiti is extremely isolated within its region, within the Caribbean, within the neighbors. You are extremely isolated. And these guys, they never understood that. The United States is not an ally to Haiti. It never has. The Dominican Republic is not an ally to Haiti. It never has. Haiti needs support and allies. So whoever is thinking about politics, that's your number one step. Because what you need to understand is that it's a pawn for these guys, the United States and all of these others, right? So whenever as a president of a country that you can't abide and they can't manipulate you, it's easy for them to target you, to send you in exile, to not eliminate you. This is major. So you understand that, right? So we are understanding that you don't have the support. So now whoever is thinking about presidency, you need to go back and watch all that happened and Haiti and figure out how you're going to position yourself and which country should you position yourself that is going to give you that backbone. You need countries that if the other people, the other countries are even thinking about fucking with you, they will get bombed out. So this is the very first thing that Haiti needs. And you don't do these things, Pierre-Louis, when you become president. You do these things prior. right? Someone who wants to go into politics, you know that you're going into politics. These are things that, because what takes place when you are in power, you are dealing with the now, you are dealing with present. And you know, these stupid Haitians, the senators, the deputies, they always got some shit going on here, so you're gonna have to deal with them too. So you want to make sure that prior to you even telling other people that you're going into politics, you got this cards in your hand. So these motherfuckers, they don't even know how you moving, but you're still moving. They're not seeing you, they're not understanding that you actually mapped out, that you got some other shit going on, and you coming in. But the Lee had a little bit of a similarity, but he was not, you know, he dealt with the Americans, but he did not just get up one day and say, I'm going to become the president of Haiti. He didn't. He knew that, you know. I spoke about it when on the videos that I made, the Haitian president, analyzing him. He knew that, you know, he studied it. He knew he was gonna go, and then when he came, it was a shocker. Like everybody, kind of like Donald Trump too, you know, people joke, people did da 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 da, but then he became the president, right? But I don't believe that these guys were thinking the way that I'm thinking, but also it's kind of like, you know, things are changing. It's a lot more going on here in this new world that we have. You know, things are changing. So that's, for me, that's the key holder that you need, because you know, if there's one thing that the assassination of the Haitian president has taught all of us, is that being the president of Haiti at this point of time, you guys understand, it doesn't hold any weight. So I don't even know why people are fighting to become the president, unless you have cards that you are handling, unless you have cards that you have at hand that nobody has access to, then you move, right? So whoever is thinking about going in has got to be someone that's coming in left field that people don't even know. So for me, that's the first thing to do. Right now, what would be the second thing that you could implement? um and inviting investors, right? But in order to invite investors, you need the complete stability, political stability of the country, right? So now what you need to do is that you have to study the insecurity that is going on in the country. Who is behind this insecurity? If you don't know who has power enough to make sure to arm the gangs here in Haiti, you're gonna come, they're gonna eat you alive. So you need to figure out, okay, my allies, who am I going to team up with? Who the fuck is behind these gangs in Haiti? Who's giving them money? Who's giving them guns? Who's giving them the okay to terrorize the population? And then beneath the water, you go after these guys, or you try to like contradict what they got going on. And you need to make sure, the third thing, so that's the second thing. The third thing would be that you need to make sure that you already have certain things in place for people to leave, because there's nothing in this country at the end of the day. Even people who, you got cops turning into major gang leaders, motherfuckers are not getting paid. They're in shit to do. There's nothing to do. There's no money flowing. So you need to make sure that people, you have a solid foundation in place to get people to drop the guns, to get people to do that. So you would need to also have to do major dealings, and you need the infrastructure, you need electricity, you need running waters, everything that a country needs to operate, and a lot more. You guys should join the event. Come join the event that I'm gonna be doing Saturday. It's gonna be good. A lot of information is gonna be dropped out. I'm gonna be able to really open myself a lot more. So do come join. So Piology, does that answer your question? So these are a little bit of the things that I would do, not in the first 100 days. These are things that you do prior to these 100 days, people always look at that, a lot of times you get into power and you'll be surprised the things that you actually can't do. All right. So there's a lot that you do behind the scenes. Always a lot behind the scenes. Always a lot. Okay. Always a lot that you try to do, that you try to pinpoint. Always a lot that you move, because you need support, right? You need support, and now more than ever, whoever is going to lead Haiti, you need the support from the gods. You need that ancestral support to guide you, and to make sure that you are seeing right through the bullshit that these guys are doing. It's major time, guys. It's not a joke shit. But some of us are ready. So it's a 1 hour. I don't know if you guys have anything to say, but I appreciated you. Thank you so much for joining in. It was it was nice catching up with you guys. I hope that I will be here before the end of the year. I'm not so sure. So if you guys don't see me, I am already wishing you a happy holidays. We'll see what 2022 have in store for the channel, and how I am going to be moving forward with some of the videos. I'm hoping that I'm going to get enough strength after, so that I am able to post a little something for you. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for always being here with the channel, making sure that I was well. I do appreciate that. I hope that you guys are going to come. Some of you guys are going to join the event that will be held next Saturday. And here and there, I'll post a couple of videos. So I'm not going to stay. It's already 1 hour. I have to leave. Thank you again, and I wish you a good night. Bye.